Hello, everyone. I'm glad that you all could join this evening for the live reading. I am Dr. Tasha Thompson-Gray, and I will be reading to you all this evening. Hey, the book that I will be reading to you all is titled The ABCs of COVID-19, Helping Children Understand the Global Pandemic. I am the author of this book, and it was illustrated by Stephanie Rogers Carter. The book follows an ABC format. So on each page, you will see a gold letter, and I'll read the story, and I want you to see if you can find the phrase or word related to the pandemic that begins with that letter. All over the world, people were getting sick from a virus. Information about the virus was broadcast on the news each day. The virus was called COVID-19. It attacked a person's respiratory system and caused them to have flu-like symptoms. Doctors and nurses treated so many sick people that the government decided it was best to close schools and most public places to help stop the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Essential businesses like hospitals and grocery stores remained open so people could receive services necessary for survival. Other places like churches, schools, and malls were closed for months. There you see the supermarket and the hospital in the background. First responders like doctors, nurses, police officers, and firefighters still had to report to work. Some people work from home using the internet. Some people are still working from home. Schools remain closed, and traditional graduation ceremonies were replaced with virtual and drive-by celebrations. People had to come up with creative ways to celebrate holidays, birthdays, and other special occasions. Car parades, virtual parties, and yard decorations were a few of the most popular ways to celebrate. And there we see the boy having a drive-by birthday celebration. To avoid getting the virus, some people did things to boost their immune system. A person's immune system consists of cells in their body that help keep them from getting sick. Vitamin C, zinc, and turmeric were a few supplements that people took to boost their immune system. And you see the healthy cells trying to fight off the COVID-19 cells. People were not able to go to fun places like beaches, movie theaters, and parks. Almost everyone was concerned about the spread of the COVID-19 virus and just stayed home. There you see everything is closed, all of the fun things. The government established restrictions and health precautions to help keep everyone safe from the COVID-19 virus. Large gatherings were prohibited. Everyone was encouraged to wash their hands and for at least 20 seconds, numerous times a day. And we also had to keep six feet apart. Only a limited number of people could be in the store all at once, so people had to wait in long lines outside. Families needed more food than usual, and stores ran out of food and cleaning supplies. Shopping was more like a scavenger hunt. Couldn't find everything you needed in one place. People were required to wear masks when they were in public places. The mask covered the person's nose and mouth to prevent the COVID-19 virus from getting inside of their bodies. The COVID-19 virus caused life to be very different. Everyone had to adjust to the new normal. Most cities and states had stay-at-home orders in place for about 100 days, which meant people did not leave home unless it was necessary. Restaurants were open for delivery and carry out only. The COVID-19 virus was described as a global pandemic because it had spread all over the world. Global pandemics are very rare. The last one happened about 100 years ago. Doctors asked people to quarantine themselves for 14 days if they had symptoms of COVID-19 or had been in contact with someone who had the virus. When a person was under quarantine, they isolated themselves from other people, like the girl in the picture. Schools were closed for months during the health crisis. Remote learning allowed students to attend school virtually from home. Teachers did their best to remain in contact with their students. And some people are still doing remote learning. The government established social distancing guidelines to keep everyone safe from COVID-19. Social distancing meant that people limited face-to-face contact with other people and stayed at least 6 feet apart. Like the lady and the man in the picture, they are 6 feet apart, wearing masks. Toilet paper was out of stock during the global pandemic. No one understood why, so people just made jokes and laughed about it. These were unprecedented times. No one had ever experienced anything like this before. It was as if the world had come to a halt. Medical researchers continue to work very hard trying to create a vaccine so people would not continue to get sick from the COVID-19 virus. And now we have our vaccine. Life was weird during the global pandemic. People could not visit their family and friends. Sporting events and concerts were canceled. It was bizarre to see so many places closed. You see the library and the rec centers are closed. And there you see the girl and the boy sitting in the house looking out the window because they can't go outside. Everyone had to be creative to keep in touch with other people and give a xenium to someone. Listen see if you can figure out what the word xenium means. Video calls and conferences were a popular way to interact with other people. Some people started new hobbies like gardening and painting. Families watched movies, played games, and made funny videos together. There were a lot of challenges and fun events on social media. Let's see. Xenium. The girl is saying, I love the xenium you sent me. That's right. Xenium means a gift. It's another word for a gift. The year 2020 was very different for the entire world. People were not sure if life would ever be the same again. However, everyone showed great zeal, perseverance, and resilience to stay safe and survive the global pandemic known as COVID-19. That's the end of the story, but then I also included some family history. So the hospital was called Sims Hospital. That was named after the author's great grandfather. Sherman Park is where the author spent a lot of time during their childhood. Thompson's Grocery was a family grocery store. Mary's Diner was in honor of the author's grandmother. Ivy Rec Center was after her father. And Thompson Library was named in honor after the author's grandmother. The end.